Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening depending on where you are in this amazing world. My name is Donovan Jolly, and welcome everybody once again for another amazing video of DIY investing. I wanted to go back through XRP and give you guys an update with the Doge Fractal. We are actually seeing XRP following exactly to this fractal I had outlined over the last couple weeks. What this pinpoints is that XRP is about to go up hundreds of percent in gain, and we will be flipping our all-time highs in the next move alone. What does this mean for XRP long term? Well, it probably means that all of us XRP holders are about to get filthy rich. If you guys are new and just finding this channel, always remember to do me a favor by leaving a like, comment, and subscribing to this channel for more updates. Make sure you guys click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos like the one provided for you here. And make sure you guys sign up and join the Discord server. Links are provided for you in the description to join my community. With that being said, if you're a new guy getting into these markets, download my free ebook and study guide for educational content on how to be more profitable inside the market. It changed my life and helped me from being unprofitable to going to profitable, and I want you guys to be able to do the same for you. So check it out. Links are provided for you in the description. And with all that being said, guys, let's jump right into this amazing video today. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for jumping back into this video with me. We're going to be talking about XRP to start off, obviously, because XRP is the king of the market right now. Now, we know that ETH is breaking out. We know that ETH is making new all-time highs, and that is awesome. I'm a big long-term holder of ETH, but for me, XRP looks the most like it's setting up for some of the bigger profit potential out of the market. I still think that Ethereum is going to continue to do its thing, but the thing about Ethereum is the big gains were made from buying really early, whereas XRP, I think, is still further behind than the rest of the coins. And so by buying XRP now, it's still a better risk to reward ratio than buying Ethereum. Even if Ethereum's doing good right now and it's kind of stealing the spotlight, I want to talk about XRP because I think that this is the best value for your buck. So let's talk about some things first and foremost. You guys remember in the last video, we analyzed this level here at 92.50, and I was watching this level to really just be the bottom, and I was really watching two levels for our potential bottom. The first one was $1.20 to $1.18. We held it for a short while, but then that ended up falling below it. And then this is when I outlined the 92.50. 92.5 cents. We ended up falling down, perfectly hitting off of this support level, and then that's where we got our bounce. And so it's following pretty much to plan. We ended up going for our lower support target, but we wicked perfectly off of that. So shout out to the people that ended up getting entries off of that. For me, guys, you've already known that I'm done buying XRP. I would rather just analyze the levels that I think are good support and resistance areas to watch for you guys that are still buying. Because I know a lot of you guys that are probably watching this channel recently got in, haven't been holding XRP for a long time, along with more people that have been holding XRP for a long time, but they want to continue to accumulate more. So one of the things that I wanted to talk to you guys about today was I wanted to actually go over the Doge Fractal, because I think that this thing is setting up so perfectly, and it makes me really excited to see really what's going to happen with XRP over the next couple months. Now, if we come over here, you guys are going to actually start to notice that I have this Doge chart. Make sure my camera isn't blocking you. I have this Doge chart down here, and this is literally what it looked like right before it went on its magical expansion into price discovery, right? And it looks still bullish right now. It looks like it's going to keep going up from here. So this was Doge just recently. Now, this is what XRP looks like today, and I've pointed out the Doge Fractal for a little while now, and we're going to continue to follow this because I don't really see any other form of analysis that's important other than this one for right now. Because at the end of the day, we can look at other analysis, we can look at the Silver Fractal, we can look at even the XRP market cycle fractal, how it looks like the previous market cycle and the last cycle, but at the end of the day, I think that this is the one that's really pointing to the direction and the future trend of XRP. Now, this is literally what happened with Doge. This was the move that we saw. Look how small that previous all-time high and the previous market cycle looks. You can't even hardly see it anymore. So what's to say that XRP is about to pull the exact same type of a move, where this all-time high ends up looking like just a tiny little blip on the grand scheme of things. Is that what's really heading up next to us? I believe so. I've been very adamant about pinpointing that I feel like the early spring of this year was going to be a big point for cryptos to explode. The reason why I was pointing that out was because in the last cycle, this was the point in the cycle where everything started to go parabolic and went into the real mania phase. And this is exactly what we're seeing today across the board. We're seeing a lot of altcoins really taking off. We've seen some front runners. The whole DeFi craze has been a big catalyst for new development and new money to flood into the markets. Chainlink kicked that off. We saw Aave, we saw Synthetics. We've seen a number of these other different coins like YFI taking off. And this is a number that's only continuing to grow here. More DeFi applications are coming out, and with more DeFi applications comes even better opportunities for making money inside of coins like XRP that's actually adding a DeFi ledger with the Flare network. We're actually going to be able to use DeFi, and it's also going to allow us to use Litecoin with DeFi as well. And so this is some big things that I don't think a lot of people consider when it comes to XRP. They think of it, oh, the banker's coin. They think of it, oh, it's centralized because the CEOs sell on the market. Even though, guys, every crypto for the most part does that, and it's just kind of dumb to say that XRP is centralized and spew this FUD when it's not actually true. I mean, yes, they do sell on the market, but I think this whole lawsuit thing is really put the spotlight on them. And then even more so now than ever, they're looking to kind of get rid of that, trying to use it in different ways. And even though I understood why they were selling on the market, it's because they were using XRP as a way to fund Ripple. I mean, a lot of people look at that as a negative thing when I don't understand how that could be viewed as a negative thing, because they created the crypto, they created the value, they made money off of the value, so why shouldn't they be able to sell that value to people that believe in it long term so that they can further build the development? And it's just an everlasting cycle that continues to grow. And I don't think that people understand really why they're saying some of those negative things. I think it's mainly emotional based. A lot of people like to share FUD. A lot of people like to share things that just aren't true and there's no real substance behind them. And it's because they have some type of a negative bias for whatever reason. Maybe they got burnt buying XRP at the top. Maybe something else happened. Maybe they just hear it from their favorite influencers that they look up to a lot. And so they're just going to continue to kind of explain the same things that everybody else says because they're followers. That's just the way it goes. And the thing is, guys, these people are about to miss out on a huge run from XRP, because where we're at currently today, if we do pull a Doge, where we're currently sitting at, if we go to the all-time high, you're looking at about 140% returns. So a pretty solid double your money opportunity. Now, guys, this is the all-time high up here. And this is the candle. Let's go to the candle bodies on the weekly time frame. And let's look at that. What level is that going to be? That's going to be $2.76. In my opinion, this is really the last resistance that we have since we flipped this level here. Because on the weekly, guys, the weekly looks a lot better. Ignoring this wick, the candle bodies closed above this this support level that we had here. Technically previous resistance now acting as support. And so realistically, when we look at this chart, there is no resistance until up to this red line. That's why I've kind of been really wanting to pound in on XRP, talk about it a lot with you guys, because I really think that this one is setting up for a huge move. This is where we're going to see it outperform Ethereum. This is where we're going to see it outperform Bitcoin. Chances are it could be breaking this all-time high. I mean, we've been accustomed to seeing XRP move, and the moves that XRP does are very quick, very impulsive, and that's why we've all grown to love XRP. It was such a good performing coin in the last cycle. You know, is it going to be done making those same type of parabolic moves? I personally don't think so, because I've always been a big believer in XRP, and we've only ever seen one cycle from the altcoins. That was the first altcoin cycle in the last one. So, with that being said, why would this cycle not be magically bigger? Why would this cycle not be massively bigger in every way? I believe it will, because now we have institutions. Now we have ways for regular investors, retail investors, to truly buy crypto. They can use PayPal, they can use Robinhood, they can use all of the major stock trading apps on the phone. You know, they can use crypto exchanges, they can use all of the above. And so this is the first cycle where we've had all of those catalysts coming into play. Yes, XRP is not accepted on some of those exchanges like Coinbase, but it doesn't really matter, because XRP did this entire move in the last cycle without ever being on Coinbase to begin with. Yes, it's going to miss out on some American money, but 90% of the money going through the XRP ledger is actually being done through overseas anyway, so it never was an issue. It was just a big bunch of FUD that a lot of people tried to shill down your throats to make you sell, and I tried my hardest to make sure you guys didn't sell. Shout out to the few that didn't. And honestly, it's not a few that didn't. There's a lot of diehard XRP supporters out there, so shout out to you guys. It's why it's my favorite community. You're the
most positive and you've gone through the most crap to get to the point of profit. And I think that if you're an XRP holder and you've been able to hold a dollar cost average throughout all of this entirety, throughout the lawsuit, throughout all of the FUD, throughout all of the hate on Twitter, because XRP was probably the most hated coin. Not gonna lie, I think it really was. I think it still is in a lot of ways. And so with all that being said, if you were to able to make it through all of that, you've honestly developed your emotional maturity inside of the market far more than most people ever will in their entire lives. And just off of this one trade, this one investment alone, you guys could have really seasoned yourself to the point where next cycle or throughout this cycle, you're going to be able to hold, you're going to be able to stick to your trades, and you're going to be able to make the most money for yourself because you guys are the ones that are actually strong enough and emotionally strong enough to actually hold through all of that. And so shout out to you guys that made it through all of this. This is the point where the big profits start to set in because this is the point where we go parabolic. And like I said, guys, $2.76 is realistically the next resistance that we have. There isn't another one. This wick went all the way up to almost $2. So if you're saying that it's not going to be hitting these all-time high next, I just think that you're silly for thinking that. We almost have a bullish we almost have a bullish engulfing here on the weekly. We still have quite a few days until that closes. My guess is this closes above the top of the resistance here at about $1.40. When that happens, expect a lot of money to start flooding into this and expect this candle to really grow on an even steeper parabolic trend. So let's talk about one final chart here as we wrap up today's video, and this is the XRP BTC chart. And the reason I wanted to talk to you guys about this one today is because I think that this is one of the better charts that we can look at in terms of what type of expansion we can see against Bitcoin, because this is where we can make a lot of money outperforming Bitcoin. And yes, the dollar pair is a little bit more parabolic. It's getting, it's like only 140% to its all-time high. But the Bitcoin pair is really when we see alt season. Alt season is when the XRP and every altcoin outperforms their Bitcoin ratio. And this is what I think that we're getting ready for. We're going to see a big pump like this, and it's going to be important that we sell into that euphoria, because I think that this is going to be the biggest pump that we ever see against Bitcoin. And so we have an opportunity of exchanging some of our altcoins for Bitcoin, which honestly, guys, has always been my ultimate goal anyways. Now, honestly, ETH has kind of jumped into that equation. Maybe Chainlink has jumped into that equation. But Bitcoin has always been the digital gold, the digital safe haven. It's always going to be gold. And even though it's not going to give you the same price returns as it once did, it's Bitcoin. I think that this is going to be the staple of crypto forever, even if other coins flip it in market cap like Ethereum, which I personally think will happen at some point. Regardless, I still think that Bitcoin is going to be Bitcoin, and you can't just seem to let it go. And I'm going to hold on to that one long-term kind of forever because I really like that one. And so when we have an opportunity of taking our altcoins and making a crap load of Bitcoin in the process off of them, I think we should always take that opportunity given. So with that being said, guys, I want to talk about a couple things here. I wanted to so basically all I did was take the chart from here all the way to here and the first pump here. And that's what you're seeing inside of this black line. And the reason I took this is because what we see with these crypto altcoin BTC pairs is we see fractal market cycles. They repeat similar market cycles as the last cycle, and they repeat these and they just expand bigger and bigger, and they continue to fractal out bigger and bigger. And we can see that here, and I'll point out the fractal for you guys. This was the first rally we ever saw in XRP BTC. We topped here, fully retraced, we made another high, topped here, fully retraced again, and this is kind of where we went through some short-term consolidation, made a little inverse head and shoulder, rejected, and then we went for our final low, right? Now, this is exactly what we did in this cycle here, and I'll share with you guys the similarities. So we get the parabolic rally, and then we top out. Fully retrace, and then we get the second high. Fully retrace, second high here. Now, after this, we fall down, make our little inverse head and shoulder type thing right here, get rejected, and then we fall for our final consolidation, right? And that was all of this period here. Now that we understand how the similarities look, we can see that the two cycles are the same for the most part. Yes, there is some differences. This rounded out more. This was a much more sudden bottom. I think that that's just the happenstance of the market cycles at the time. And there wasn't a whole lot of price history behind this point for XRP. And so we can see that it's repeating the same type of fractals. And so when we take this point of the cycle and this pump, and we actually overlay it with what we're seeing right here, you guys are going to start to understand a little bit more of what I mean, I think. Now, this is roughly the same type of consolidation that we see. Yes, there is some differences here. I think that this cycle was much more parabolic and much more volatile, but it's still the same type of similarities. Oftentimes market cycles are never going to be exact, but they're going to rhyme with a lot of similarities, and that's exactly what we see here. And so this is literally what happened with XRP whenever that bear market ended and we decided, hey, I'm bullish, time to go, send it. And this is what happened. And so honestly, guys, I'm watching for a similar outcome here. I do think that that's going to happen. And then when we come over here and add our comparison here with Dogecoin, and we look at the Bitcoin pair here, you know, this thing could really go up much higher than people even expect. We could far surpass even what this black chart goes. We don't know how parabolic this cycle is going to get. If anybody is telling you that they know, they don't. I have a really strong conviction that it's going to be the biggest one we see ever, and that's why I'm going to do my part in definitely taking some profits, but I'm going to do my part in holding the length of this trend, where a lot of people are, and most people are going to end up selling too early and not being able to fully capitalize on the expansion that we're seeing. I'm doing the opposite approach, and I'm really making sure I'm maximizing my profit potential to the fullest extent. You don't want to end up selling too much. You don't want to leave too many profits on the table. Yes, it's always good to take profits, and a win is a win no matter what. But I'm here as somebody that's been here for 4.5 years, and I'm really doing everything I possibly can to make the most money for myself. Because in my personal mindset, when it comes to crypto, I look at this as the one and final shot that I have in my life to make a life-changing amount of money. In my head, I'm looking at everything from the perspective of there may never be an opportunity like this for me again. There may never be an opportunity for me to make easy money in my entire life. I might have to struggle for years and years before I find something else that's going to make me money. I don't know what the future of my life holds. And because of that, I choose to put everything I have into crypto because I do know that this is the one shot I do have of making a lot of money. I know that I've done it because I've done it for myself. So, there's one example. But with that being said, I think that we're just getting started. And I've put all of my knowledge into what I'm explaining to you guys today. I truly believe this. I could be wrong and I could lose all of my money. And I've told you guys that from the very beginning. At the end of the day, you guys got to take what I say with a grain of salt. At the end of the day, I can share with you guys what I think I know, the knowledge I've obtained. But I could be totally wrong on all of this stuff, and all I'd like to do is just share with you guys my perspective. With that being said, my perspective pinpoints that we're about to see the most bullish expansion for XRP we've ever seen ever, against BTC, probably against Ethereum too. Expect big things to happen this cycle, and I just appreciate you guys supporting this channel and watching all of these videos to stay educated and informed on what goes on inside of crypto. With that being said, guys, thank you all so much for the support of this channel. Now, as we wrap up this video, I did want to say that if you guys want to tune in for my live training where I'm actually going to be walking through 4-year cycles, explaining how to take profits, locking up our portfolios, and explaining to you guys how to actually participate in the biggest offer I'm ever going to be doing for this channel. You guys are going to get my course, my signals, and my new beginner course all in one for a really low price. This is going to be the biggest sell I ever do for the channel. So if you guys want to participate inside of that, I really recommend that you guys reserve your seat. Links are provided for you in the description to go ahead and do that. It's a capped supply, so there's only going to be a certain amount of people that can join. We're almost capped as we speak right now, so you guys want to make sure you get in there. This is, like I said, going to be the biggest sell. You're going to be able to come away with a ton of vital information on top of that. I wanted to give you guys a ton of good, solid content for you guys to be able to take it and make a ton of money whether you join my groups or not. That's the goal of this channel. I want to be able to give you guys the resource and the tools to make profit with or without my private groups. And for the people that want to join the private groups, that's always an opportunity for you as well. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And with that being said, I will catch you in the next one. As always, peace out.